Alrighty, fellow warriors, generals, tacticians, and strategists, welcome back to another episode of Tactical Enlightenment. One of the greatest parts of Bannerlord is the vast detail and variety of landscapes, cities, castles, and towns the game provides for us to explore. Most are unique and many are just stunningly beautiful, essentially allowing us to step back into time and wander the dirt roads of villages from 1,000 years ago. Still, even greater than their beauty is their use for you in the game as tactical arenas, locations where your greater tactical execution and advanced strategies can be put to work as we seek more and more diabolical ways to vanquish our enemies. In this new series, we explore some of my favorite villages, both from the perspective of their sheer beauty and exploration, but more importantly, as ideal places to massacre your foe when you are in a tough spot. Alright friends, welcome back again to another episode of Tactical Enlightenment. Your host tonight, Sean Strickland, with you with some Bannerlord tactics. I digress, we're not Sean Strickland, but we are here for some Bannerlord tactics. And we are raiding another village here deep within Battanian territory. We've got a very strong army full of these badass companions. Full disclaimer, this is not a normal army, right? We are a very powerful army, but nevertheless, we have called out the dogs of war, and Battania has sent all of them. I see at least 2,000 Battanians coming to challenge our 600, so we're going to recruit all these prisoners. In fact, we're going to go to the village itself and say, hey, do you have any guys, any troops that are willing to fight your own kingdom? Because we'd love to recruit them. They let us have 5 or 6 guys, and now we're going to symbolically raid their village here. You can see the Battanian forces are pouring in. That's going to be well over 2,000. Even the High King is here, High King Arlek. But of course, we're going to fight to the last drop, and that's because this village is really interesting to defend. Now look at these troops. Let's see what we got here. 41 Battanian being champs this guy has, right? Their king naturally has a strong army. I like to show you at least some of the troops that each battle. That gal not so good. So much better here, right? 24 Oathsworn, 26 Veteran Falksmen, 96 Elite Imperial Cataphract, right? So these armies are stacked. Sometimes people suggest that we're fighting mediocre armies. It's actually the opposite. Okay, I got no upgrades. We actually have a mod that increases the difficulty. So this is, and of course we're playing on normal player damage. So we're not playing, this is not easy mode. This is in fact ultra hard mode, with the exception of our highly experienced army. Well, this is unexpected, but also badass. We are going to use this center city here to try to funnel the enemy, and we have ourselves a little epic rainstorm for this battle. It is thunder and rain. The rain is fucking blowing sideways, and there are cracks of lightning that's going to accompany the sound of the cracking of the skulls of the enemies we're going to maul here. It is a big challenge. It's possible we lose these battles. I remind you, we narrate these live. What is it? The royal we, I guess. It's me and the army, right? We're playing these live, and I narrate these on the go. I do the best I can with the narration. Obviously, sometimes it's difficult. Now, I can't actually lay out the formations I actually want to do here until the battle starts, because the starting line, or whatever you want to call that, the line you can't go over, I want to position troops out there. So I'm going to start at a little bit ahead here, and as I place these units around, I will explain what I'm doing. Now, of course, we want archers on the high hills back here with angles to shoot the enemy as they come in. And what we're going to effectively try to do is funnel the enemy through this town, right? This town resembles kind of like a small volcano that blew up or something like that, and there's sort of ridges to it, and there's a high plateau in the center. What we want to do, of course, is funnel the enemy in here, and then once they're funneled in here, they lose a huge part of their advantage of numbers, right? We're outnumbered, almost 5 to 1. So ordinarily this would be almost impossible, but between a high-level army and some savage tactics, I think we can pull this off. Alright, so let's see, I'll try to tell you what I'm doing here. Over here, I'm just trying to block enemy access with Cav on the flanks with the 8th Corps, right? These are elite knights. I've got archers positioned back, but I'm not real sure where to put the 4th. I don't have a good spot for them right now, so I'm just going to kind of put them down here in the valley. I'm looking for, I like to get down to the ground level and look at their line of sight, and I still don't see an opportune spot to move them, so I'm just going to have them kind of down in the valley. Now up here, I think, yeah, the enemy's going to be able to come through this pass. What I want to do is I want to have on this right flank a line of cavalry and then two different tranches of infantry. I've got an infantry that's heavy infantry with shields, spears, and swords, and then the other is shock troop infantry, right, including high-end companions. We want those guys protected, and then as the enemy comes in, we will fucking use those nasty troops to throttle the enemy. What other division? The only other division I didn't mention so far is the 6th. I did position them back with the archers. Okay, here's some horse archers coming at us. We are also on hold fire. You'll see like Battanian Fiend champs running around with their sword in the air. It's not because they don't have a bow. It's because I told them don't shoot yet. I don't want these guys wasting ammunition on 50 horse archers. When you're fighting 3,000 troops, oh, lucky fucker. He's so lucky to block that. When you're fighting this many troops, you want to conserve your ammunition, even though these fucks are shooting at us, right? We're willing to take a few pinpricks and hold fire until a more opportune moment. We're going to give these guys a rude kick in the ass out of here, beat a few of them over the head. Let's kill this noble bitch here. Down you go, bitch. Hespedia ate shit. They're attacking the other side, looks like, also with Cav, but we're waiting, right? I'm waiting for the main force here before we really start to open fire. I don't want to waste arrows, and so we will be judicious with our ammunition. All right, so over here I've got the 1st and 3rd divisions basically right next to the mouth of that path down from the city. If the enemy comes down there, of course, we will attack and slaughter them. Our 3rd Corps is mostly shock troops, but there are a few javelin throwers in there, and between those two different types of infantry, it's savage. You got to protect them, but that 3rd Corps is going to do major damage in this episode. All right, so I see line of sight is better for the archers, just frankly to be stacked there together, right? I don't know what these guys are doing, trickling down here 3 at a time, but we're happy to kill guys, you know, if they want to come down and just volunteer to die. Take a peek up here. It seems by the numbers that the enemy might be right near the mouth of the entrance here, and they are. It looks like they're approaching with kind of a mix of troops. There's horse archers here, and they have some archers there. All right, so a heavy cav charge here, but it's going to hit our 8th Corps and go nowhere, right? This shield wall 8th Corps, and you notice how far away the other units are, right? Those heavy cav have no chance of getting to our other units without getting shot. Over here, it looks like they're making a little feint charge with the cavalry. Again, we're going to be very judicious with ammunition. Let's kill this noble gal, too. Okay, let's knock her over. We'll come back for her. But I don't want them just firing every single time the enemy comes in. We will try to be cautious with our ammunition here. All right, that's about the 6th time I've mentioned that. You guys get it. But we're in a war of attrition here. We're basically holding a portion of the pie. If you think of like a circle, we are holding like an 1/8 or a 1/6 of this city's circular pie. Again, they got some cav just sort of skirmishing here. Now we have open fire here because these are javelin throwers. I don't need to catch javelins while our guys just stand there. The traditional, I usually kill one guy every episode. Okay, so this is great. What are these? Are archers charging down? Let's fucking attack these. I've got shock troops right here. Charge, boys. The archers are lighting them up. They're going to get shot to pieces. Hopefully we don't get shot to pieces. Took one in the cheek. We're killing more companions, and we're going to wade in here with our shock troops. Now, these are high-end shock troops themselves, right? Battanian Fiend champs, they got lots and lots of them, and they're fucking tough, right? I can't even get through these guys. They're blocking everything, but eventually we're going to be able to overcome them. Kill some horses, and it's just a screen full of green. You can see the death spam. Let's kill this fucking noble. I've killed like 5 nobles already. They've got to be demoralized. And what do we do now? We tell these guys to pull back. We're not going up in the volcano. This is a bit of a peekaboo ridge strategy. We'll take a horse here, and we're going to continue to divide this lower area here. You know, we're basically making this our fortress. Over here, it looks like a giant scrum. What do we got going on here? This is a massive amount of infantry. Okay, so our infantry came at a location I didn't expect. Let's position apart from them on the far side here, and we'll go at it from there. We'll kind of approach this next stage. I don't actually have a plan, but what I'm doing right now is just getting our archers and skirmishers in better position. Our cav is holding a line there. They're starting to suffer some losses, of course. The enemy's pounding on them. We'll bring them back. The infantry here is in a square. It actually looks like they're either reforming or regrouping, so we're going to charge here. Let's do some damage to them on the way out of here. Sometimes they regroup, sometimes they're just repositioning like we did. The difference is we're going to violently attack their forces when they regroup. Their archers are scrambling here. We're going to make these guys pay a head toll. Let's call it 10 heads or so for these cowards running from battle here. Now, I got to be careful. Sometimes I over-pursue. I'm known for being reckless. But we're going to smash a few of these guys against the rocks here, cut off a few more heads. Look, he's missing his body. And pursue these guys with some violence. Now, I'm in a bad spot here, but the 2nd and 8th Division are right behind me, and they're attacking too. We should be able to get out of here without taking too many blows. Oh, shit. Okay, it's time to pull back. They got a cav charge. Those are probably reinforcements. I took a spear to the ribs, but I'm all right. Right, Zuvan's got elite armor and 200 and something hit points. They got infantry. Can't tell. These guys also look like they're pulling back. So we're setting up the next wave here, right? The enemy's regrouping. We'll get a few kills here, and then we will regroup as well. Oops. Sometimes you just get off your horse and you feel like it's Providence, so you're going to attack. This is probably stupid. These guys are all in shield wall. And now we got to reposition here. In fact, I created a traffic jam. All right, let's get the 3rd, 6th, and the 4th across the way there. I got fucking archers here. Just everybody go across the way there. We got to get out of this. You can get trapped in here, right? That's effectively what I want to happen to the enemy. Oh shit, it's the mother load. Javelins everywhere. Suddenly, all command goes out of fashion. We're going to position the 2nd cav here just to kind of help defend, but I want to pick up these like 20 javelins. Get over here, cav. I got to get these javelins. Well, we're also happy just to rip apart heavy cav with our axe. It absolutely rips these guys to ribbons. Now we've got the 3rd Corps and an infantry division here. What is this? The enemy's coming down. Okay, so they're charging aggressively. I didn't think they'd be coming down this fast. We do have archers set up. Holy fuck. I got to get out of there. 3rd Corps charge. The archers are in good position. You know what? We've got them exactly where we were just a second ago. The difference, though, is that we're not going to let them get away. They've got a few infantry attacking on the side here, but we're going to go crazy on the mouth to that to the top of the village there. I'm going to send the 3rd, 1st, and 6th to all charge, and we'll have the archers sit back here just pounding them with arrows. And if they keep coming, they're going to get absolutely massacred. They've got a handful of troops down here that don't really represent much of a threat. Look at that shit. They are absolutely fish in a barrel. It's the Battle of the Crater in reverse. A Civil War battle I'll reference another time here when I got more time. But look at this shit. They are just absolutely stacked up like fucking total dipshits with a sign on me that says kill all of us. So we're going to pound the shit out of them here. Everybody charges, the 1st, 6th, 8th, the 2nd. Everybody charges and bottles them up. The archers are going to be shooting at them. I can fire some javelins and you can't miss. Right there, right there. It's going to hit them right in the face every time. And we're going to attack here until they either are all dead or they regroup. Now it looks like they're regrouping. Let's murder a Morris on the way out. Let's advance archers on their left flank, or their right flank, I guess. Let's obliterate as many as we can before they get repositioned. Of course, they're trying to hold up their shield, so you just go on the other side, right? Kick a few of them. And just cut down another 15 or 20 as they try and regroup. And they're fucked either way. If they fought here, their entire force would be annihilated. So whether they fought or turned there, it didn't really matter. That was going to be bad for the enemy. Okay, make sure I didn't drop my axe here. We didn't. And now we're going to pull back, right? We've done our damage. We fucking made a major dent in the enemy forces there. I don't know how many killed there, but we did a huge amount of massacre as they were trying to come through that pass. And I guess if I was going to highlight one thing about this map, that was what we were looking for, right? You actually saw a little bit of a preview of it where we got bottled up there, where some of my troops were probably on follow me, and we got jammed up on that path. I'm just watching kind of like a rear guard here. I can bring the 2nd cav up in case they try to pursue us. We'll counter it, right? We're not just gonna let them charge us like we just charged them. In fact, here they come. Fuck you guys! I got a javelin for your ass. Not only that, but I'm gonna catch myself this horse. Here we go. We got ourselves a horse. Pretty paltry little cav attack here by the enemy, we can send these guys packing. But the point is, though, is to channel the enemy. And again, their cav is kind of coming through that channel. I'm just not worried about 20 cav in this instance. We're now going to set up for the next phase, right? If we can get them to come again through one of these pathways of the city, this battle will be ours, right? We're already winning. Now we have to close the deal, right? So all I'm doing here is positioning archers, and what I'm trying to do is triangulate our troops in a way so that the enemy is across from us, because unfortunately the AI will take the shortest distance between two objects, including the worst possible tactical route, right? You, as your own tactician, I presume, and the guys watching the channel, you guys are enthusiasts. A lot of you guys out there are just as astute or maybe better than me at tactics. I have no doubt that you guys would be taking different approaches if you were attacking us. You would not be going right through the center of this fucking death trap, crater, attacking us headlong, right? You guys would be coming up with flanking / surrounding / feint attacks and shit like that. But nevertheless, these episodes are partially for people to help defeat the AI, right? Because that's what primarily Bannerlord is. The most campaigns, in fact, probably 95% of gameplay are people playing the AI. And so we're going to give you the tools. We're going to stack your toolbox with all the tactical advice you need to win your battles. Now I'm greedily picking up javelins here, but I observe the enemy not taking the bait this time. They are not willing to go through the slaughter pen a second time, and I don't blame them. But we're gonna do our best, though, to lure them into a death trap here somewhere or another. Come up with a little tactical plan here. I'm observing all the different ridges and looking for a potential opportunity. Right now, I don't see any good opportunity other than continuing to pull back. They've got these little paltry cav attacks. It's just not going to amount to shit. Like 3 guys coming in here, and they all look like they're at a fucking... They just finished a race, and they're like sauntering. They're no longer galloping. Alright, what do we got here? What do we got? One of the fun things about being a tactician is looking at the terrain and trying to come up with a plan. Obviously I got a large bag of tricks, different tactics that may or may not work. So the enemy is getting funneled there. Let's unload on those fucks. If they're willing to come down there, we'll annihilate them. What we got going on over here? Okay, so the vast majority of the enemy is not in the funnel. They're off to the left. Their left, our right. I'm not willing to... Well, what can we do here? Nobody's coming through the funnel. I don't really like a frontal attack in this situation because look at the amount of archers they have in here, right? This is half reconnaissance, but also half just... What do we got here? Well, it is mostly reconnaissance. Of course, I'm trying to kill some guys, but I'm trying to figure out effectively what they have here, right? It's a huge amount of archers. Yeah, we're not going to be able to make a frontal attack. Even at range, they're really providing a beating to our troops. Of course, I've got a cav division following us, so some of that loss is that cav division. But we can't attack that. And that right there, I think it emphasizes that in this battle, we can't just blunt it out. We can't just attack headlong into these challenges and think we can win. In fact, I forgot to mention, I will do a custom battle after this battle. For anybody watching this, maybe you're relatively new in a campaign, or you're just like, man, I wish I had companions like that, but I don't have that, so this episode is worthless to me. I can't watch this and benefit. Wrong. I'm going to actually fight this exact same battle, not this exact same battle, with the custom battle. Look at these fucking assholes. They're picking up arrows instead of getting to where I told them to, and just getting shot to pieces. Unfortunately, this is a thing. These guys are even more greedy for ammunition than I am with javelins, and like 10 guys got shot over and over there, just trying to get to the position I was dragging them to. Just to cap that point off, though, as I look for a spot here, we are going to fight this after this battle, so stay tuned. We will fight it with an enemy advantage of 20 or 25% of troops, same battlefield. And then we will have mediocre troops, right? We will have average troops that you might have in your army, and show you that tactics should, I don't know for sure, but they should still work on this battlefield. Now I've got a reverse slope decline defense right here. It may not be apparent to the untrained eye, but that ridge that those infantry are starting to run over, the enemy's going to have to come over that, and when they do, probably with archers, we're going to light them up. That'll cause grievous losses to their archers, We'll probably attack them with cav, although we don't have a lot of cavalry at this stage. Look at this scout. Here, this is what you can report to your king. Fucking dipshit. You can find your carcass when he comes over the edge there. So we're gonna basically hide behind this ridge, and as the enemy comes up, you can hear their arrows hitting us. I gotta get us positioned right here. If we can get low enough, and a lot of times I like to get off my horse and get down to the troops level, right? We're gonna enhearten the troops here and play on the battlefield with them. And I like to look. Can you see the enemy? If you can't see the enemy, right, that means the enemy has to approach you in a different manner, and you can set up this kind of assault. Now we're going to basically wait until they appear over the ridge. We'll hold fire, and then we will unload on them when they're most vulnerable. They got some arrows here. Some of my troops might be able to pick up. That's always a benefit. I've got the 8th Corps. I want to tuck them in a little bit more. The enemy will attack all available opportunities. They will shoot. If there's one guy here, if there's one division getting shot with arrows, you got to move them. Otherwise, the enemy will just sit there, waste your time, and shoot at your shield wall for an hour. Now, of course, that's sort of a... I don't want to call it a cheat or it's a mild exploit, but if you want to exhaust an enemy, just put a tough shield wall right there, and they will use most or all their arrows shooting at that shield wall with very little losses for you. Then eventually they'll charge, of course, because they run out of ammo. I think that's kind of against the spirit of the game, but if you really got to win a battle, that's an option, folks. The lightning cracking is just great for this. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this. These are more tutorials than they are cinematic battles, but I guess anytime you're fighting 3,000 enemies in a raging thunderstorm, it's going to be cinematic. Alright, so they're sort of trying to creep around the edges here, but I'm not going to open fire for like 20 guys. It's a little bit of patience involved with this. There's a little bit of troop maneuvering, and we are going to... Yeah, we are going to continue. Now we're going to start shooting. We are going to continue to sort of play this game with the edge. Now they're shooting at us. I can see their guys shooting at us, and they do have a shield wall on the left, our left. I can actually fly in here and interrupt some of these fucks. They're occupied with somebody else, right? We can come in here and interrupt them, knock them around, cut off a few arms, demoralize them a little bit more. But here's the thing with this too, and I've recently started doing this. We can destroy this force entirely. It's risky. We're heavily outnumbered here. They have like 600 troops, maybe 700 troops. But here's what I can do. We can move our 3 infantry divisions up on the enemy's left, our right. We'll have them in shield wall right at the edge of that ridge, and then we will barrel into the enemy like fucking maniacs, kamikaze style basically, and try to essentially just overwhelm the enemy. If we can get them to try to reform, we will have cav and archer divisions behind them and totally surround and destroy this force. Or at least we'll destroy as many that don't run. Alright, so I brought those infantry divisions up. It's now or never. The enemy's in a very tight mass here. We're going to drive this 8th Corps right into their side. We're hoping they don't turn too quickly to shoot, and they do have a good position here. We're still going to barrel in, though. The 1st Infantry's in here, the 3rd, the 6th. They're coming over the ridge now. This is where we're the most vulnerable. So I have the 8th Corps following me, and I'm just hoping to cause a little bit of chaos, knock some guys to the ground, and then get our archers on the ridge here to start shooting at them. The death spam is definitely in our favor, but we're definitely going to take losses here, too. Look at this. Is like 50 archers, Battanian fiends, all shooting at the same time. Fortunately, their infantry is kind of right in the way of their archers. But the longer this takes, the more our infantry bores in on them, right? Their archers now are turning to attack. Very bad decision. This is going to be a total destructive massacre. As long as I don't get killed here, I just sent this cav division right to the back, because we now want to cut off all retreat. Nobody's getting out of this alive. We're suffering losses here, but we might be able to annihilate this entire force, right down to the last man. Send everybody. Let's wrap around them here. They're obstinately holding out. Well, if you guys want to hold out, you guys can all die. Look at, they're just fucking, they're fighting tooth and nail trying to hold up this avalanche. Our companions are knee deep in here. They're going to get killed. That's all right, though, right? We're going to do major damage to the enemy, too. She got dropped, but it was worth it, right? We dropped every single unit that killed her, and now we're just completely annihilating the enemy force. I mean, it's gone. That 600 troops just vaporized. And we suffered losses, but we're still on our feet, right? God damn it, I picked up a sword by mistake. Get out of here. trying to pick up a javelin. My lust for javelins in battles like this sometimes overrides my logic. They make it so hard to pick up javelins. I wish there was a setting you could do where you'd be like, I don't want to pick up anything except this item. Maybe someone will make that mod. All right, what do we got going on here? This is reinforcements. Our guys are still foaming at the mouth here with rage from that last battle. The majority of their troops aren't here, so we're going to aggressively attack this. Shock troops and the 6th skirmishers are right here towards the front. Let's charge. We'll put a cav line right in the midst of the enemy, and what that'll do, of course, is it'll just take some attention. They'll get killed probably, but if I can get that cav line right in the middle of the enemy there, those guys will occupy them a little bit. And now let's start stretching archers around the enemy's flank. This guy's asleep, so we'll take his horse. He can have a nice dirt nap. Look, this is like 100 guys. We're going to be able to destroy these guys. And I think any other enemy forces that come around that corner, we're going to be set up before they get ready, before they're ready to join these guys. So the enemy's coming in piecemeal here, which is always a disaster. You just don't want to do this. This guy's poking me in the back and shit, hitting my shield for 1 damage. Fucking dipshit. All right, let's stretch the archers down here. The enemy is fucked here. Look at this. I'm going to be able to completely stretch out not only my old archer units, the 4th and the 5th, but this 6th is reinforcement. So these guys are full of ammunition. And look at the hill they're shooting down now on this enemy that's getting bored into by shock troops. I mean, you want to talk about fucked. And they're coming in with, you know, their tier 3 and tier 2 units because we've massacred all their good troops. They had their chance with their good troops. They got killed. That was like 3 waves where we destroyed them. Now we're suffering some losses. It kind of surprises me. I thought this would be a massacre, but I think it's about to turn into a massacre. Our archers are now set up. Our infantry's boring in. The 8th Corps is all dead. The enemy's regrouping. Recharge. Let's give them hell here. Let's send everybody. Let's not let any of these fucks regroup. They're all holding their shields up stubbornly. And it's appropriate for them to regroup here, right? They got absolutely scorched there. It's much better than them coming in piecemeal. At this stage, I actually expect the enemy to rout. They're pulling out their bows like they want to fight, but this is... Well, Sean Strickland would tell you, this fight is over, right? This battle is over. The enemy is fucking full-on fleeing. The MMA equivalent of fucking tapping out. They are tapping on the canvas here. This battle... is over. I think this is a formality at this stage. We will play it out. I generally don't cut off battles in the midst just because sometimes people, they wonder, well, maybe you would have lost. Maybe the enemy gets reinforcements. Well, even me telling you that we're not going to lose this battle, some people just want to see it. I guess it's the proof. This is the money shot here, so we're going to stretch out archer divisions here with our infantry and see what the enemy's doing here. Normally you get an enemy is fleeing moment, but we haven't had that yet. Our troops are kind of stretched out, so we're going to try to consolidate. They've got a handful of pathetic cav coming up to me, sort of menacingly, but they're also coming up, again, it looks like they took too much NyQuil before the battle. You guys can get cut to pieces if you want. I got this fucking sword. Ominous music playing from my soundtrack. If you're curious what that is, it's the Dark Knight, the trilogy. There's some amazing soundtracks for battle, of course, in that series, and I just have it running as a playlist. One of these videos, if you guys want, I can put the link for it, but obviously it's pretty readily found on YouTube. We still have javelins. That's pretty amazing. I don't know who that is, but I still have a companions. They're probably picking them off the ground is what they're doing. This fucking guy here. These guys should be regrouping. I mean, I guess they want all their limbs torn off. This is a pretty stubborn Battanian force here. It's kind of shocking that they haven't routed. In fact, they're definitely fighting at the ridge. So our careless charging units here are getting butchered. Evidently, right on the other side of this ridge, the enemy's taken up a strong point. Strong position. Maybe they're trying to emulate our reverse slope decline defense. It's not going to work for them, but I guess I can applaud the effort here. We'll start circling with archers here. The other thing too we can do is I can just shove a couple squares into this, and as they're occupied with the squares, then we'll barrel in with the 6th and shock troops. These are javelin throwers here, so you gotta use some caution, right? These guys can definitely cause whatever health I have left. These guys can definitely cause that. Now they're not throwing javelins at me, which tells me most of these guys are out of ammo. They're flicking little pathetic swords at me, and little pathetic throwing axes. All of the throwing weapons besides javelins really are worthless. All right, squares into battle here. The archers get told to come around the flank. Shock troops charge. I'm not sure what the enemy's doing here other than just perma-kiting. Maybe they'll just kite themselves off the map. I mean, do we have to rip off all of your arms, you fucking obdurate enemy? Give up. I don't want to have to kill them. I mean, I kind of have a soft spot for Battania, but, you know, if they're going to fight us to the death, I guess we'll play this out. Pick up some javelins here. They got these javelins that look like they're literally sticks they whittled in the forest. Almost killed my troops there. They're violently attacking here. It's really curious. Very stubborn troops. You know what's going on here? They have the morale of their king. The High King, whatever his name, Arlick or whatever, he's here. And so these guys, you know, the game is like, oh, this is the final battle for our kingdom. When in reality, this isn't even part of my campaign. This is a side series, but that's what's going on. I think the enemies, you know, the AI is basically treating this like a do or die battle. I mean, ironically, the power bar still has them favored, but I would bet all of my money, right? And I'm about to retire. I've got a nice little pile of money saved up. All of my money that this battle is over. Sorry if that's ruining the suspense for you, but they got wood runners and shit like that. In fact, here's a few for the road there, boys. Catch a few javelins on the way out of here, and they have indeed finally given up. And that was pretty much the most complete massacre you can have when you're outnumbered almost 5-1. What do we have? 300 losses, maybe. Look at them just fleeing the battlefield. We'll celebrate with our guys here. Oh, we had 330 losses. Look at this. Now they got Cav coming in here. So these insolent fucking non-rule obeying fucking pieces of shit Battanians are just now they're gonna pull some dirty deeds here. In fact, get rid of this fucking shield. I need to run faster. I can't wait to cut off the heads of these these fucking guys here. That's like putting up the white parlay flag and then attacking and like ambushing your opponent. Totally fucking underhanded. We're definitely gonna butcher every single fucking person here. In fact, I think we'll burn this village down just to teach them a lesson. All of their women will be brought into the nice cities within our own kingdom. What is this? Now they're charging with peasants. We will double all the wages of their servants. We will basically erase their fucking kingdom from existence here for their insolence in this battle. All right, I digress. This is just it's an exhibition, but I'm into this shit, right? You got to enjoy the game and get into this kind of shit. All right, where was I? I was celebrating how successful we were, right? Very humble here. We try to be humble. In reality, of course, you know, you want to try to be humble, but the bottom line here is that considering what we were facing here, it's not a perfect victory. No such thing exists, but this is a clowning of a very strong Battanian force anchored by their king, lots of Battanian Fiend champs and other high-ranking units. In fact, our Battanian Fiend champs underperformed. Look at this. They got 100 kills, and we lost 50 to injuries and death. Or 48, I guess. So that's bad. So our archers actually didn't do great here, but I guarantee our shock troops did. And obviously our army as a whole, right? There's no I in team. There's no I in army either. We did good work here today. And I was about to conclude this episode and say, you know, thanks again for watching and all that other shit. But we're not going to do this, right? We're gonna look at these bodies here. These guys are just all strewn out in the thunder and lightning. We are going to have another battle here. I guess I can tell you also, this series, you know, was inspired by a subscriber. No companion came up and whispered in my ear, hey, you should start a new series. I had a subscriber say, hey, I want to see you defend towns. And so here we are, right? Like, I'm very receptive to you guys. You guys notice I answer comments on a regular basis. I'm dedicated to strategy in this Bannerlord channel. So if you want to see me defend a certain city, let me know. But we'll be right back in a second. I'm going to take a few seconds here, reload a custom battle, and we'll jump back in. All right, we are right back. We've got the custom battle menu, and I try to preface this with some basic things. We're in Bryn, Glas again. Maybe that's the wrong pronunciation. all of the sides here, and all of the sides, both the sides of Vlandia, we're playing Vlandia against Battania. Both the sides have all the units available except the scrubs and no militia. And you can see, of course, they've got Battanian Fiend champs. Oh, and we both of us have one of the minor tier clan. Shit, I forgot to mention too, we're outnumbered by 90. I'm just going to hold that standard for all of this town defense series. We're going to give the enemy, for these custom battles, 90 extra troops. And we're doing that, of course, to give the enemy a significant advantage. In theory, this is not a battle we should win. In fact, I'll try, if I can remember, we will have the enemy face our troops with AI after this battle, and I'll run it kind of quick just to sort of show you that you need to do tactics to pull off this kind of victory. And I say victory, I don't know, but based on that last battle, I'm pretty damn sure I can just jump in here with the custom battle. Vlandia has a little different force. I'm trying to set this up, and it's confusing me a little bit because I have certain units in certain spots here. What we're going to do is we're going to make the 6th Division's shock troops. I know that's strange, but I'm going to use 3 cav divisions. So I want to form some. There's no rock walls to the sides of us, so what I want to do is I want to use cav shield walls to make my rock wall sides to our castle here, right? This is very much like a castle defense, and we're just using horse meat and armored knights as our castle walls on the flanks. Now I'm going to have 2 different crossbow divisions. I'm going to have one very tough division, the 5th Corps. That way they can do this. If they get assaulted by a nasty press of enemies, or they're in a bad way, we can always square them, and their survivability will be much improved. Now the 2nd and 3rd cav, they can basically be identical, but the 7th cav is going to be low-level cav. I want these guys to effectively, strictly be a part of the shield and shock, where my, actually I better use a larger division. Let's use the 6th. So the 3rd and the 6th, I'm going to marry these 2 divisions together, right? The 3rd cav and the 6th, those guys are going to be close to each other. That's because the 6th division, the shock troops, do not have shields, right? So I want to protect them, and heavy cav, or in this case it'll be heavy cav, does an excellent job of protecting shock troops, right? Lots of meat, just like I said, horses, armor, all kinds of stuff like that. And then when those guys are protected and there's an obvious opportunity, we will send those shock troops in to earn their money, right? They will destroy everything in sight, but these guys, and I've said this over and over again, I know I'm beating a dead horse. Why do people beat a dead horse, man? That seems nasty. Anyways, the point is that we've got to protect these shock troops. If you protect them correctly, they're one of the most powerful units in Bannerlord. I mean, there's a reason I use a 2-handed axe, right? Your damage per second, the amount of guys you can kill over a short period of time is just, it's better than anything except maybe a Battanian Fiend champ on 6-hour energy. That's not a product plug. I don't have a sponsor. We don't have ads and stuff like that. This channel is free. Hope you guys are enjoying it. I don't know if the other channels, with the same amount of subscribers have ads or not, but I'm going to hold off on any kind of monetization platform as long as my wife tolerates it. She's definitely mentioned it a few times. So if you've got that many views, maybe you should make some money. And I'm like, well, we'll see. I don't have any immediate plans to. Some guys have expressed like a subscription route, but we'll see. Evidently, guys want more content. I can't believe you guys want more content. I mean, I'm releasing 3-4 episodes a week, sometimes 5 episodes a week. Anyways, I digress. All right, so you can see what we've done here. We have 2 different sides to our defense. We've got our elite crossbow on this side over here. They're protected by shock troops. No, I beg your pardon. They're protected by the 1st Infantry and the 2nd Cav, and those guys are in shield walls. We're basically, we're trying to funnel the enemy into one of these different ramps. Now, this looks like a slightly different part of the map than the battle we just fought, but the same ramps, these little pathways down from the village, are still present. And what they create is the very basic thing you want in battle. You want a funnel, right? You want somewhere where the enemy is forced into a narrow area where their force number, the advantage they have in numbers is reduced, their maneuverability is reduced, and obviously your archers and everybody else has a very fucking clear target, right? A big zerg of enemies coming down a funnel. Just like Thermopylae, there's a dozen battles that I can think of that had similar situations where you funnel the enemy and then destructive things happen. Now, the enemy's being a lot more lackadaisical in this episode. For whatever reason, they're not in a big hurry to get down here. So we're not gonna be in a big hurry either, right? We've got time here. Our weaker crossbow division is right here. I'm very ready and very quick to move them, though, right? If the enemy all of a sudden was all over those guys, we would protect them. Getting a little impatient here, taking a peek, and here they come. Almost like I had to bitch a little bit, and the enemy started pouring in. Hopefully they come down there or the other one. Looks like they're coming down both. Almost like lava spilling out of the top of a volcano. Let's get these guys on this higher ridge up here. And right now, it does seem like the primary threat is over here towards our left. Fucking dipshit stabbing me. They're kind of trickling in, though. We're just fine with that. And I've got an idea here. I want to jam up this 7th. Oops, I didn't mean to dismount them. They'll still function, though. I want to jam that up with the square. That opening there is big. All right, these guys can open fire. The enemy's pouring down here. Let's get the infantry division over here to slow this down. If we can slow down this rush of enemies coming here, we're going to be able to do massive damage. The crossbow are unloading. Over here, we're going to just stick a square there. That's 7th Division. I'll just jam that in there. And then we're going to unload on these guys with the shock troops, right? The shock troop is told to spread and then charge. And those enemy forces are running down into shock. Over here, both crossbow divisions have concentrated fire. You can just hear the crossbows just click, 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 fucking reloading over and over again. And our infantry's in the face of the enemy as well, right? So the enemy's compacted into a tight corridor there. And critically, their archers are really not part of it. I see them at the top there, but they don't have line of sight. They can't shoot us. So they're trying to come down, and they're going to get butchered as well by that 3rd Corps. If they're dumb enough to come down here, they're going to get destroyed. I'm closing off our left side here with that cav wing. It looks like it got out of sorts. Now I'm just pulling the 3rd Corps around the edge here because I want the enemy to come to us, right? I want them to come to all these guys. I'm not charging up into the crater. We're going to let the enemy come to us. And the death spam says it all, right? This is like an 8 to 10 to 1 massacre so far. The 3rd Corps is here next to this square, just waiting to charge. The 1st Corps looks untouched, and the enemy's already being slaughtered in this episode. I mean, this is bad. The enemy's kind of shooting a little bit over here, so we can have these guys charge. It's not optimal. Those are weak troops charging archers, but it's better than them just standing there while archers unload. In fact, at this stage, I think it's time to get aggressive. Let's send our units in there. It's mostly archers that the enemy has, so we're going to barrel up here and try to cut them down. They might have just routed as well. That might be it. That was an absolute massacre. There was a little bit of the calm before the storm there. We'll cut a few heads off here. But that was just a 60-second annihilation of their force using that narrow channel there. I mean, it's savage. So we get some bad kicks in here. This hut, it looked like there's some stew on the fire in this hut. I'm going to take a look. We're going to pull up a seat here, have some food while I hear our troops massacre the enemy there, and we live happily ever after. I see our troops there chasing the enemy off the map, and victory. Wow, what a fucking massacre. We lost 107 troops. We didn't even lose a quarter of our troops, even though we're outnumbered against Battania. So the elite archers, and we just ate them for lunch. We put them in our stew here, a little bit of cannibalism in this episode. And so here's your proof, right? The guys who are curious, well, maybe it's just your elite army. That's how you're defeating these guys. Obviously not. We're just using the custom battle. Now I'm going to do the exact same battle again. And just like I've done for some of these previous episodes, I'm just going to sit back and narrate. Of course, I'll fly around with the RTS mod here so that you can sort of see what happens. But I don't anticipate success for our side, even though we just completely undressed the enemy, destroyed them in their own city or their own little village here. Let's watch how bad the AI does here. Now I'll speed it up so you don't have to sit here and watch this drudgery at slowest speed. And we can kind of see how horrendous they perform here. Now they're defensive, right? We're the defense, we're the defender in this battle, which means that they should be able just to sit back and wait for the enemy, but instead it seems like they're planting themselves in the field here like they're artichoke plants, and they're going to water the ground evidently with their blood, because look at this bad strategy. Their infantry is spread out. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. They look like scarecrows, and their crossbow has packed into a big, tight, solid mass. They might as well hold up a banner that says, "Please kill us all. We would like to be massacred." At least they're retreating. That was so bad. And of course they're leaving carcasses of dead guys because that was such a bad strategy. All right, a little bit better here. They're sort of forming a big knotted wedge on the edge here, and at least I hear their crossbowmen firing away. But their units are way too close together. These are sort of turning into just sort of, I guess, an assessment of how not to play, right? The AI here is just butchering it as bad as they can. I apologize, you know, if this is how you play. If this is how you play, please subscribe and let us help you turn you into a total battlefield badass. They're wasting 9,000 bolts and they're getting no kills, so they're probably shooting at cavalry that's like 300 units away. I expect them to be butchered here soon because they don't have a great position and the enemy is going to start boring down on them. Let's see what happens here. They may still win, I guess. I mean, they do have a defensive position. If they can channel the enemy down out of this city, maybe they got a shot. Can't tell what these guys are doing on the right. That honestly looks like crossbow, and it was getting steamrolled by the enemy cav. It's like their crossbow is playing very offensively. All right, they're racking up some kills here. The enemy's charging them sort of piecemeal, and they're racking up kills. But their crossbow is towards the front. I just have no idea. They just pulled their crossbow back. It's getting swarmed by cav. Their infantry is getting totally pulverized on two flanks. And they're dead. The battle's already over. So here's another perfect example of the value of tactics, right? I have full episodes that show the value of tactics, but look at this shit. Even though we just massacred this Battanian force, the very same battlefield, the very same army, you put the AI in charge and it's an utter disaster defeat. They didn't even kill half the Battanians. So, right, we're going to use tactics here. All right, friends. Hopefully you enjoyed these episodes. Let me know what you guys think. Please like and subscribe and all that kind of good stuff. And I will see you guys next time. Wait. Let me do that again. I will see you, friends, next time.